Itel made an almost perfect phone with the P65. It has this unique gaming vibe with the design and a dedicated button that can be mapped to perform certain functions, more like the new camera button we have on the iPhone 16 series. It comes with a battery pack that gives you additional battery life, which is a welcome addition. The software was also customized to match with how the phone looks. The phone feels like a complete package for anyone on a budget, but there are some choices Itel made that I feel could have been better. Those choices would have made this phone stand on top in terms of the competing phones within the price category. The recommended retail price for this phone is 146,200 naira or $85 for the model with me here that comes with 4 gigs RAM and 128 gig storage space. There is also a variant with 6 gigs RAM and 256 gig storage space, but I doubt if it will be available in Nigeria. In terms of the competition, we have a lot of options from every brand, and I'm working on a video to compare all these phones together. So subscribe so you don't miss out on that video when I finally upload it. Itel also gives you everything inside the box of the phone, including a charging brick, a transparent silicone case, and even an earpiece. Still about the things you get when you buy the Itel P65, there is this black charging case that Itel calls the Power Boost Pack. It can extend the battery life of the phone by 45% when it's low. It can't charge the phone from 0 to 100% when it's low, but it can give you at least 45%. The charging case can be important for us here in Nigeria with how the national grid is behaving every now and then. You also need to charge it when it's low, and it takes less than an hour to charge the power pack full. It adds more weight to the phone and might be uncomfortable to use it with the case for long. None of the competing brands has this case shipped with their phone, but at the same time, not everyone that buys the Itel P65 is going to get the charging case, which is actually a bummer. Let's talk about the design. If you look at the Itel P65 properly, the design isn't far off from the Itel P55 of last year. The major difference is the gaming aesthetic, which Itel calls the mecha design. I have the Cyber Titanium with me here, but there are other color options like red and black. My color here is prone to fingerprint stains and smudges. It has a plastic build overall, and it feels comfortable to hold in the hand. The 2 camera cutouts at the back houses just 2 cameras, and we are going to talk more in detail about the cameras before the end of this video. Beside the camera cutout, we have the flashlight, and below that we have what Itel is calling the dynamic light show. It is customizable in terms of colors, and it lights up when you have a notification, when you are charging the phone, or when you are playing games on the phone. Flip it to the side, we have the flex button, something the Itel P65 has in common with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The button offers more function here than the iPhone do. With a single tap, you can use it to open the camera or any application of your choice. You can also long press to have it perform another task, which is really thoughtful. With the iPhone 16 Pro Max, you don't get those extra features like making use of the camera button to open other apps. It's just the camera. In the camera app, you can tap the flex button to snap a picture or press and hold it to record video. Below it, you'll find the volume and unlock key that also doubles as the fingerprint scanner. The phone supports dual 4G SIM cards with another slot for memory expansion. We also have a single down-firing speaker that sounds quite good, but other competing devices around its price come with dual speakers. For design, I would say it looks unique in its own way, and the build quality is also impressive. We have a 6.78-inch IPS LCD display with a 120Hz refresh rate and 720p resolution. You can decide to keep the refresh rate at 120Hz in the settings. It's on par with other phones within the price in terms of the quality of the display. Colors appear bright and clear, and you also get details while streaming content or playing games on this phone. The touch sampling rate of the display is 240 Hz, which means it is really responsive to touch while gaming. The bezels around the display are noticeable, and it's not surprising in terms of the price. It is a flat display and your fingers can reach any corner of the screen, and I like it. The camera cutout isn't intrusive while gaming or watching content, and Dynamic Bar 2.0 also adds more functionality to the dot-in camera cutout on the phone. There isn't anything much to say about the display. For the price, it's okay. It's what everyone has been giving us. The phone is running on Android 14 and Itel OS 14 is the user interface. For those familiar with Itel UI, they will notice the change in terms of the icons on the screen. It can be a hit or miss for some people, but for me, I feel it matches with the design of the phone. Icons are now squared, as you can see. You get many features on the phone like split screen and floating windows, and in the special function settings, there is memory fusion that lets you increase the RAM and more things down there that you can have fun with. I'm not certain about software updates on this phone, but I wish we could get at least, even if it was just 1 year of software upgrade. If you have any questions regarding the software, kindly ask in the comment section and I'm going to reply you. We have seen almost all the budget phones this year using the MediaTek Helio G81 processor. The Itel P65 begs to be different using the Unisoc T615 processor on this phone. The Unisoc processor is quite decent at handling games, and in some aspects it's even better than the Helio G81. Performance is on the same level. I'll say it's on the same level with the Helio G81, but I think a lot of people would have preferred having the Helio G81 on this phone. Day-to-day activities like calls, scrolling around and browsing the web is okay. The phone isn't made to handle intensive gaming for long periods of time, but casual games are going to perform just fine. If you want an Itel phone that will handle games better than the Itel P65, then you should check out the Itel RS4. That one is a bit better in terms of playing high-end titles like Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG. We have two cameras at the back of the phone, a 50 megapixel primary camera and an auxiliary lens with an 8 megapixel selfie camera up front. Getting good looking pictures with this phone is quite difficult, and I feel this is an aspect where there are other options like the Infinix Hot 50i that can beat this one. It's not a camera centric phone, so I wasn't really surprised. To get images that look good, you need a lot of light. It is also not really good with skins, as you can see with these images. The selfie camera is also not very impressive, and if your decision to buy this phone is based on camera, then I will tell you that there are better options out there within this price. You can only shoot 1080p videos at 30 frames per second with the front and back camera. Here are more pictures from the Itel P65. Let me know what you think about the images in the comment section. We have a 5000 mAh battery on this phone, and it can last an entire day on a single charge. If you pair it with the charging case, then I don't really see you finishing the battery on this phone in a single day. The phone supports 18 watts charging, and it takes around 1.5 hours to charge this phone from 0 to 100. Battery should be the least of your worries if you're interested in buying this phone. The battery life is pretty impressive, and with the pack, you're even getting more battery for the price. The Itel P65 is unique in its own way, with some clever additions like the flex button and the charging case. It is almost perfect, but the processor is something most people might worry about, even though it's quite good. People prefer MediaTek processors to Unisoc processor. What else do you want to know about the phone? Let me know in the comment section. That's it from me, and I'll see you in my next video.